Moll Pitcher is a famous fortune teller. She reads tea leaves. In the 1700s, her predictions impress everyone in Lynn, Massachusetts, from peddlers to politicians. Sea captains rely on her for safe voyages. When customers visit her home, her family pumps them for information, while she eavesdrops, gaining insight for her so-called predictions. For the next 150 years, science and a belief in the supernatural merge here in a radical spirituality. Hiram Marble is one man who believes in such prophecies. In 1851, he consults a fortune teller to help him find his fortune, a pirate's buried treasure. Legend has it that a pirate was burying his treasure in a cave in Lynn Woods. In 1658, an earthquake hits and turns cave into grave, known as Dungeon Rock. Hiram Marble and his son set up camp and dig.
So one of the things that convinced the Marbles that this was the right place would be this rock behind me. If you look at it, it kind of forms a skull and profile where the chin would be resting on the ground on the left side here. He's got kind of a eyebrow and whatnot, and this up in here would be the top of his head. So he's facing downhill, head, eyebrow, and chin. And when they saw that, they figured this was a good reason to believe this might be the place.
Dan Small is the park ranger at Lynn Woods.
He was convinced he could find the treasure because he had attended seances where the ghost pirate had appeared, and the ghost had told him that he would help him find it. He would give him directions to find, and he would get to keep the prize, the treasure.
So I remember as a kid coming out here and they talked about the lemon squeeze.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's this area back here. The original cave, the rock shelter the pirate was living in is behind this rock. And there's an opening in the back, so you could come in the large front entrance, or you could actually, almost like an escape route, go out the back entrance, and it comes out right back here underneath that chunk of kind of pointy rock there.
Ranger Small takes us inside to see just how far the marbles get. 174 feet.
We're about 2/3 of the way right now.
So you go down there.
Oh yeah.
With twists and turns as directed by a fortune teller. But the marbles are running out of money, so they charge 25 cents to tour the treasure hunt. He and his son dig for 30 years until their deaths. They find nothing. His son is buried nearby, and Dungeon Rock becomes a gathering place for spiritualists. The Hutchinson Family is a famous singing group of spiritualists and abolitionists. The Lynn Museum and Historical Society features singers who perform the Hutchinson songs about freeing the slaves. Frederick Douglass moves to Lynn as a fugitive slave and tours with them through Union camps to cheer up soldiers. The Hutchinsons even sing for President Lincoln at the White House.
Salem State joined the peace.
Joe Boyd is with the Lynn Historical Society.
They were the most famous singing group, influential group in the United States.
Jesse Hutchinson builds cottages and an observatory on High Rock.
It was the highest place over the city, so it was it was dominant. It had a great view. You can see Boston. People who were into spiritualism felt that that was kind of a sacred spot.
One spiritualist records a vision of spirits descending from heaven to High Rock's tower. Another plans to create a new savior for humanity. John Murray Spear, a former reverend, plans to use electricity to bring a sort of robot to life and give birth to a new Messiah. This is a replica of his mechanical God machine. Spear claims the spirit of Ben Franklin is guiding him.
This guy was going to, I guess in his own way, create, not a Frankenstein, but something, create a creature and try to bring it to life with a woman simulating a birth. But I think it also had to include lightning, and this was a big to-do for a few weeks, and then it didn't happen, and they actually ran him out of town.
The singing and spirituality inspire the Hutchinsons' mission to abolish slavery. Their tower on the High Rock has such a great view that when Richmond, Virginia falls to the Union during the Civil War, People celebrate here with drums and bonfires, and accidentally set fire to Jesse Hutchinson's wooden tower. A historian notes Jesse Hutchinson vowed to return to prove his views on the afterlife, but he did not fulfill his pledge. His grave faces High Rock Tower. His brother stands in front of the tower that was rebuilt in 1905. It now features an observatory.
That's actually what Jesse Hutchinson wanted. When he bestowed it to the city of Lynn, he said that he wanted it to be opened up for a place of advanced thought. We like to think that, we teach the kids here a little bit about astronomy, a little bit about galaxies.
James Marsh is with the city of Lynn.
We have had thousands of people up here. It's really a great resource that not too many municipalities actually have.
Between the darkness of the witch trials in neighboring Salem and the light of liberty 11 miles south in Boston, Lynn's story of spiritualists and fortune tellers is not as well known, but still very influential.
We've been here since the beginning of the founding of the country.
Joe Scanlon is a lifelong resident of Lynn and a former city councilor.
Whatever happened in America has happened in Lynn, basically. Political movements took root here, and this is a very strong area of abolitionism. You talk about history repeating itself, this is a great place to see it.